Yo, 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 yo. Hello, everybody. I'm going to turn my mic up. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing today? Hope you are well. Today, I'm still a little bit jet lagged from my big trip to America, and I thought I was struggling trying to stream Cyberpunk yesterday, so I'll probably get back to it tomorrow or something like that. But I thought for today, while I was gone, so last week, week beginning the 18th, Train Sim World folks dropped not just one new UK route, but they dropped two new UK routes in the same week, which is madness and completely divides the audience, but that's on them, I guess. But me being the rich fellow I am, who can afford to buy $1,000 DLC, no, it's not that bad. They're only $20 each. I thought we'll check them both out. So, because I really want to play them, but also I don't want to skip this stream. Also, between sleeping and work, like, when am I going to find time to do it? So I thought we'd do a trains and chill, because they seem to go down somewhat well. So, hello, Noodle. Ride the train, choo-choo ride, ride it, woo-woo, choo-choo ride, indeed. Hello, Zach. Yeah, exactly. I go with all modes of transportation. These are the two new routes. One of them is the London Overground, Gospel Oak to Barking Riverside. It's also known as the Suffragette line, because they've just recently renamed all of the overground lines to have names, because reasons. And there's also the Five Circle line, which is Edinburgh to Kirkcaldy and Dunfermline. So one is in London, and one is way up at the other end in Edinburgh. Now, the London one is going to be inner city, quick stops, like commuter fun. And the Five Circle line is going to be more scenic, but it's going to have like the fourth rail bridge, which you can see in the background there. It's all very nice. I'm going to go with the London Gospel Oak Barking Riverside route first, because I've decided we're doing this one first. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into the... should we do scenarios? Because scenarios are a set amount of time. They're strange things can happen. Halloween Goblin. It's spooky season. Operate a late evening service which encounters a variety of scary sights. Come on. Come on. Surely, are we going to get some gameplay in our video game? Surely not. I refuse to believe it. I won't get too excited. It's probably not going to be that scary, but if this has any Five Nights at Freddy's style jump scares in it, I will give you all £1,000 each. Ooh, look at the lighting. Good evening. Tonight you'll be operating the special Spooky Ween-themed service to Barking to celebrate the spooky season. Before you get started, head over to the platform dispatcher. Where the heck is the platform? Why there's so many people? What's going on here? Ooh, pumpkins. They've even got pumpkins out and Halloween candy. Oh god, I didn't see you there. You kind of scared me actually. Look at these wonderful pre-packed sandwiches. How appetizing do these look? What have we got on for drinks? Liberty milkshakes. Wildfire. Woo! Why is there a drink called Spaced? That seems like the wrong thing to name a drink. Like, unless it's laced with something. Slime. Olympus Spring Water. Overdrive. Truck juice. Is that truck juice? No, it's truce juice. Okay. And fizzard. Lovely. Okay, cool. Anyway, I should stop getting distracted by the drinks and things. Let's go see the platform dispatcher. Hello, mate. Oh, look, there's a defibrillator there. You need to put that back in the thing. Good, cool. Good evening and happy Halloween. What do you think of the decorations we put up? Good, right? Anyway, tonight should be a straightforward run, just down to Barking. Just to remind you, the weather's been forecast to get worse, so keep an eye during your journey as there are fog and some hazards that are difficult to spot. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. Have a safe journey. Thank you. This does feel like one of those Anyway, what other decorations have you put up? That's just trash. There's a pumpkin in the garden there. Like, what? Oh, you've put some ghosts up there, I guess. I mean, sure, good effort. Oh, hang on. What's this? Is this supposed to be here? Yeah.
Take care, those closing doors. Take care.
Cool. Let's just go drive the train. I want to get to the 5 night. Have you put decorations on the train? No. No. That would be silly. It's panini time. Yeah, do you know what? Train station paninis? Good stuff. Right, put in our master key. We set this to forwards. We turn the safety systems on because I'm not a monster.
TPWS
and AWS operational. Cool. Set the reverser to secure. AC system. Why is the pantograph not up? Okay, right, pantograph. As you can see, this is infinitely better than frickin' Trans-Siberian Railway Simulator, which just blasted all of these instructions at you in one go and then just left you to figure it out for yourself. This is what Trans-Siberian Railway Simulator needs, just something to point out where the buttons are, rather than just going, there's a button somewhere in the curb and it makes the pantographs go up and then you've got to put them down again and then press 7 other buttons and then, oh look, a Kalashnikov's in your face. It's the Russian Mafia. That game was crazy. I highly recommend it. It is foggy. I do like the lighting system upgrades they put into this game over the years. It does look atmospheric, I guess. Cool. We should be good to go, I think. Lock the doors. Looks like everyone's on board, so let's go. Let's go. Oh, the reverser isn't in forwards because they made me put it in that silly secure option. Okay, let's go. Yeah, look at that, we're motoring now. What spooky things will we see tonight on our Halloween trip to Spookyville? We have to stop in Upper Holloway, which sounds scary enough as it is, so maybe that will be the first horror that we see. I want to see ghosts. Like, we didn't see any ghosts in Alcatraz, so I want to see ghosts on this route. I'm going to feel very undersold on this scenario if there are no ghosts. And I don't mean the cardboard cutout ghost on the panini shop, because that doesn't count. But I do know there are goblins in this route for some reason. Apparently this line is also nicknamed the Goblin Line. Ooh, I'm going a bit too fast there. A bit of brake on. So apparently there are actual goblins hidden around the map. So maybe a goblin will be like, I'm a goblin. That feels like the kind of thing they'll do. Okay, I don't know this route and I don't know where I am. And it's foggy and I can't see. But I probably should start to brake, I'm guessing. I'm going to turn that marker off because it distracts me and I like to play on hard mode, as it were. This is pretty smooth. I quite like the fog effects and the lighting. It's actually quite nice. I've technically overshot where I was supposed to stop slightly, but that's fine. That's okay. That's not too bad, actually. So I'm distinctly disappointed at the sheer lack of ghosts so far in this apparently spooky scenario. I was promised ghosts and or scary occurrences. Okay, let's go. Crouch Hill, platform 2. I think it said this scenario was like very hard difficulty, but also that it was 50 minutes long. So it's going to be 45 minutes of just driving a train, and then the ghost will be at the end. So if you want to have dinner, you know, make a brew, go out, do some shopping, come back. I'm pretty sure... oh god, I'm going way too fast. I stuffed that up. Why was the speed limit so slow there? That's crazy. I can't wait to catch a jump scare and get my £1,000. Yeah, I can't wait for it either. If there is a genuine jump scare in this, I will give you £1,000. I'm not even kidding. I will give you the money. I can promise you now there's no jump scares in this. I'm willing to put money on it. I want there to be. And from the description, there should be. And if they do it, then, you know, all more power to them for being brave enough to put an actual jump scare in this. But I promise you now, there is no jump scares in... there is no jump scares in this. If there is, I'm going to be very, very poor by the end of this stream. We made good time there on the count of me speeding very fast. Maybe this would have been a good one to save for the Halloween live stream, but I'm guessing it's just going to be 50 minutes of not much happening, because this is all very standard so far. Like, they put up some, like, half-assed Halloween decorations at the first station, and then just was like, cool. Oh, and it's foggy and dark. Just to give it that Silent Hill kind of vibe. If it turns into, like, an Alan Wake first-person shooter situation, then great. You know, I'll be all over it, but I have a feeling nothing else is going to happen. Trans-Siberian Railway Simulator is probably going to have more action, should we say, than this. But that's okay. Hello, Johnny M. Thank you for being a long-time supporter of the game front. We appreciate your support. I apologise, this is the very opposite of Dark Souls, and not Dark Souls. It always loads and locks all the doors. No, I do it. So I press keys on the keyboard to unlock the doors and lock the doors. You can do it by just looking around the cab, right? So, like, you could just go and unlock the doors here and stuff, but I just use the keyboard shortcuts because it's quicker. And, you know, I like to speedrun the passenger loading because... you don't want to be made late just because you're waiting for the passage to get on and get off. I'll do it. I'll do it with the actual in-cab controls this time. Why is the speed limit on this route so slow? It's a straight piece of track. Was there like a creepy clown at the start of this platform, or am I just going nuts? Okay, overshot that slight. Oh, I didn't press it, sorry. I'll close the doors with the... Have I, Whoops-a-daisy. I mean, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I could have swore there was like some kind of colourful, creepy looking clown dude over here, but... Clearly not. I must have imagined it. Okay, cool. Well, the doors are closing themselves. That's not supposed to happen. So, in theory, right, I can open the doors with these buttons. So, door open, release, door close. But they're already closed, so fine. Cool. To Tottenham, the home of Tottenham Hotspur. Was Tottenham Hotspur like the main bad guys in Ted Lasso, or was that Aston Villa? I can't remember. It might have been Aston Villa. Yes, I'm having a training day pill because I was so tired trying to play Cyberpunk yesterday. I was like, I need a day off, but I don't want a day off. But also, yeah, I just want to not have to shoot things. Although there's supposed to be ghosts in this. We're patiently waiting for some kind of jump scare to... Ooh, hang on. There we go. What? Rain. Get the old wipers going. Need a little more on-rails experience. Yes, exactly. Well, they released 2 brand new routes for this game while I was away in America last week. So... that I was kind of having a bit of FOMO about, oh no, they've got new routes and I can't play them. So I thought I would check them out on a stream so that I could... Is it snowing? Is there that much snow on the ground already? That is crazy. Is it snow? Does it snow in October? It's never snowed in October, has it? Okay. I mean, that's creepy enough. In the UK, it rarely snows in October. I guess it's possible. I can't remember ever seeing snow on Halloween. Anyway. And why is it just accumulating so fast? Like, it wasn't snowing 5 minutes ago, and now we're just like in a torrential freaking... snow blizzard. But the gritters have been out and they've gritted the platform so fast, like you couldn't even believe it. Like there was no snow 5 minutes ago, but look at the platforms. Look at all nice and gritted. Oh, I think I'm overshooting again. Never mind. Slippy rails, right? So I guess the scary bit is it's snowing and snow is scary? The snow looks good, at least. Apparently it snowed on October the 30th, 1810 in the UK. Okay, cool. So that's once in a century and change. It might snow on Halloween. Okay, cool. No, 2 centuries. 19... Yeah, it's been like 200 years since it last snowed on Halloween. The fact that it is snowing on Halloween, and it's such a rare event for it to be snowing on Halloween, kind of implies that there are ghostly apparitions at play, or there's some kind of ghost thing going on. According to modern DEI rules, if something is remotely possible, then it has to be normalized. I guess that's true. So we have to get used to the idea of snow on Halloween, just on the 1 in trillion chance that it's going to snow on Halloween. Imagine if they've done like some kind of licensed tie-in with Ghostbusters because of the movie coming out. Imagine if the Ghostbusters turn up during this scenario. That would be fabulous. Ooh. It's a very abrupt change of speed limit there for no reason. That's cool. Cool, cool, cool. It apparently, according to our stat statistician, Nut Morgan 1337, don't forget to like and subscribe. 11 times it snowed between 1280 and 1838. So it is roughly, on average, once a century, give or take. Was there a ghost train? Did I somehow miss a ghost train? It might just be because of the snowy blizzard sort of thing going on. I'm going to start braking earlier because the brakes don't seem to work very well in the snow. I must admit, I don't normally drive in the snow because I just don't find it fun. Nailed it. Nailed it, mate. Absolutely nailed it. Do they have Halloween decorations on every station, or was it just the half-hearted attempt on the first one? I'm guessing it was just the first one. Okay. There's so many broken defibrillators, it's crazy. Like, if people have a heart attack during this, on this railway line, nah. All the equipment is badly maintained. Should have a look inside the train. Say hello to the passage. Ooh, that's ghostly. It's got a green screen of green. Isn't there supposed to be stuff on this screen? Oh, there we go. 1921. One of the passenger doors is reopened by itself. Oh, spooky. Here we go. Now the ghostly stuff's happening. Hope you're ready for this excitement. Where is it? Where is this ghostly door? Here it is. You misbehaving. If there's going to be a jump scare, this is going to be where it's about to happen. No. That was it. Cool. But good news, good service on all of the underground lines, including somehow the Hammersmith and City. But yes, so a ghost opened our door there, and my door's open too. Who knew? How do I close my door? What? Ah. It's one of those doors that closes itself. Coolio. Well, the reason why I was pulling in slowly was just because of the ice on the rails, so I was trying not to go too fast. And I was trying to stop exactly at the stop marker. I was trying to drive considerately. You see, my wheels are slipping at the moment because it's icy, right? So like, I don't know if you can see because it's dark, but probably not. And it stopped anyway, but when it's like slippy and snowy, the wheels just spin on the spot. Which isn't good when you want to stop, because like you kind of just slide along like a skater. And see how I've got those little red wobbly lines around the miles per hour? That means my wheels are slipping, which is fine. It'll still stop, but nailed it again! I wonder if any more ghostly occurrences are going to occur at this station. Whether the doors are just going to fly off the hinges and then just start flying around like magic carpets and like, you know, try and decapitate passengers' heads, and then Cthulhu appears. And then it's all going to just go south very quickly, and then it's basically just the final boss from Remnant 2. I wonder if that is on the cards. I mean, I'm guessing not, if I'm honest, but you never know, right? Like, anything could happen here in Train Sim World 4. Should we watch our train pull away? Bye, train! Okay, bye, train. Get back in the cab. We don't want to miss the spooky action, do we? Anything could happen here. Anything at all. Explosions, like jump scares, like anything could happen. You want to stay tuned into the stream because anything could happen any moment now. Anything at all. Anytime now. The only problem with driving this route in the dark and in the fog, now I come to think about it, is you don't actually see any of the route. You just kind of see darkness and fog. And I must admit, I was baited in by the promises of Halloween scary jump scares. Like, the description of this scenario super oversold it. And, you know, 30 minutes into this thrilling drive, I'm starting to think that the scary thing was just the door opening by itself. Which, I'll be honest, as scary things go, is pretty low down on my scarometer. Like, it's pretty rock bottom. Like, doors generally, as a rule of thumb, open. That's kind of what they're designed to do. And for one to just open, it's probably not that unusual. So, yeah. I'm not exactly calling a priest in to do an exorcism just yet on this train. Which is a shame, because once upon a time, not for this game, but for the previous one, Train Sim Classic, they actually made a full-on Halloween... No, so I may lose this bet, actually, because they did once make a full-on Halloween scenario where the train actually took off into the sky, and there was, like, a witch that you had to, like, deal with. Like, they went all in once. They haven't done it since, and that was, like... 10, 15 years ago, but they have form for making silly stuff like that. So that could happen. It probably won't, but it could. I should play that one year during my Halloween live streams. The train taking off into space one. It was so dumb. It was crazy silly. I think the thing about Train Sim World is even on hardest possible difficulty, it's if you know how to make the train go and make the train stop, you've pretty much got all the bases covered. If you can make the doors open, then that's even better. Yeah, Ticket to the Moon, exactly. I don't think you went to the moon exactly, but you definitely flew off into the sky. And there was witches flying around on broomsticks, and there was some music going. Like it was very odd for a game that was essentially just this but with worse graphics. It was a very jarring piece of content, to say the least. I think they stopped doing that because the actual train. Because a lot of people who play this game don't usually play video games, right? They just play trains because they're just train spotters. They're not gamers. I just happen to be both. So I don't think it went down that well with the train people. They were like, what the fuck is this? There's too much video game in this video game. Whereas I like that stuff because sometimes it's nice to take something serious like a simulator and then just have really, I'm developing a speech impediment. To have really weird shit happen. So yeah, I was all over it, but yeah. I have a feeling, as I said earlier, that nothing that scary is going to happen. And if it does, you're all up a grand, aren't you? So... driving a train in real life is actually quite hard. I have very, very limited experience trying it. But it's definitely not easy. Whereas in a game, it's just a game. Like it's not difficult to drive a train, because it doesn't matter if I go too fast or if I miss the stop or if I just completely huff the train. Like it doesn't matter, right? Whereas in real life, there's way more to think about, and also the stakes are slightly higher because if you screw up in real life, like there's no reset button on that. So yeah. Although I think, and the other thing as well is like in real life, like anything can happen, right? Like someone could jump out in front of the train, or something could catch fire, or something could break down, or anything could happen, right? Whereas in the game, let's be honest, they're not gonna have a body just fling itself in front of the train, because that's not really great for the age rating of the game and other reasons. But you know, so there's none of that stuff really. Like nothing really breaks down. The train will always work. Apart from when the door magically opens itself, of course, like the super scary stuff. But so yeah, with Train Simulator, it's not like I have the pressures of being an actual train driver. Although for a Halloween thing, if someone did just fling themselves in front of the train, that would be horrifically scary. And, well, gory, I suppose, more than anything, and completely unexpected, so if that happens, I'll give you £2,000 each. Because I'm even more confident that will never happen. But yeah, £1,000 for a jump scare and £2,000 for any dead bodies that show up during this scenario. £2,000 a body, I'm that confident that it won't happen. I think I might be going a touch too fast here, actually. That would be okay. There's some good brakes. What is that light over in the distance? Oh, why do I find that light suspicious? Is anything scary going to happen here? Or are we just going to carry on driving? That was a weird noise. Can you hear like a weird creaking noise? Even I'm getting paranoid now. Oh. What's left to do? We've got Wood Grange, but we're nearly at the end. So I'm unless something happens at the next station, it's pretty much just going to be a door opened itself. Ooh. Yeah, that static light was too spoopy for me, Pelagius. I don't know what I couldn't cope with that. It does make me wish it was Halloween again, though. I really do enjoy doing those itch.io Halloween live streams. They just amuse me. So I do look forward to Halloweens, and I think that's why I've been sort of baited into playing this route into this scenario. Is that a red signal? But the last one was green. Is that me? No, that's okay. That's next door. Okay. See, that would be scary. Just a red signal out of nowhere, but they won't do it because they're just not that creative. Right, if anything crazy is going to happen on this scenario, it's going to happen now. We're nearly at the end of the route, don't worry. We're nearly done with this one. Are we 50% of the way to Halloween? Well, it's April next week, isn't it? So like what? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Not quite. But I guess mid-April we'll be halfway to Halloween. Good evening, Crispy. He'll soon be coming around, though, I agree. Like, it's, the speed at which time is moving is kind of alarming. Well, nothing happened there, so I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the only scary sort of unexpected thing that's actually gonna happen is the magical door. Which, to be honest, because I'd already just got out of the cab for a wander anyway, was even less exciting than it should have been. Like, I was practically already up and expecting it. Like, it's no, this is Train Sim World 4. This is just, there's been 2 new routes for Train Sim World 4, which came out while I was away in America last week, and I just thought I would play them on a stream because I'm still jet lagged and I just want to chill. But this scenario was apparently a Halloween scenario where scary stuff was apparently supposed to happen, but all that really happened is a door just magically opened by itself, and that was it. That was the height of the scariness. So, oh, and it started to snow for no reason in October, which, as we've discovered thanks to Morgan's fascinating research, has happened only 11 times since 12, what was it, 1218 or something? Like, literally for the last no, not even practically a millennium. For practically the last millennia, the chances of it snowing on a Halloween is so remote that this scenario is just fantasy land. Like, it's just nonsense. But here we are with snow on Halloween. I think this next signal might be red, but I think the station is here too, so... But the signal comes first? I think it's a yellow. Okay. I see a yellow in the sea of red, and therefore I'm gonna bet that's mine and take a chance. Hello, Zach. How are you today? I see you're in your usual jolly mood. The jumps. I mean, we haven't finished this scenario yet. There very well could still be a jump scare. You know, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, as it were. Right now, I'm still recovering from San Francisco. I'm not planning any trips. I'm not even planning a trip to the shops, honestly. I'm staying in bed all week and leveraging DoorDash or whatever. Not DoorDash, because we don't get that. See, I've turned into an American. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere ever again. Eventually, I'll recover, and then I'll think about it. But right now, no. Right, here we go. We've made it. Look. Unless there's a massive jump scare or a giant explosion or, like, you know, some kind of satanical invasion that just happens in the next couple of seconds. Nope, that was it. That was it, folks. That was the whole thing. They oversold that massively. Massively. How did we do? What's the scores on the doors, as it were? Well, there's all these paw prints all over my my report here because of I think speedometers. I was speeding quite a bit there. But apart from that, I did okay. So I got a silver medal, which I could do better than that, but that's okay. Cool. All right. Well, let me just go back now and just double check the description for that scenario, because I just want to prove that I'm going to use my 1000p to pay rent. You're not getting nothing happened. Look, if I go back on that route and read that scenario again, it's spooky season. Operating a late evening service whilst encountering a variety of scary sights. Did any of that happen? Like, all we got during that scenario was some dude who had just put up some, like, cheap decorations and a few pumpkins up. And the door opened by itself once. And that was it. If we want to consider, if we're going to be very generous and considering the rare once-in-a-century event of snowing on Halloween, we can be generous and give them 3. So we had some decorations, a door opened, and it snowed. The light was quite scary. Okay, we'll give them the light. That's 4. A variety of scary events. Good gravy. Okay. So that's the London Overground barking to Riverside. That was worth the price of admission. Let's have a look at the Kirkcaldy 5-circle line. Let's see what they've got going on in the scenarios. So we've got... I mean, let's pick one this is exactly an hour. A train has unexpectedly broken down, but the depot is all out of fresh cars. Fortunately, some of the stations around the 5-circle have spares around. Visit the stations and couple up the carriages, then... Can't get to the scroll wheel. Oh, there we go. Then deliver your fully assembled train back to... That sounds horrifically boring. I don't know, actually. That might be fun. That sounds like a lot of reversing and then reversing back again and then... What else we got? High winds. High winds are... They're all easy scenarios. Like, they have this, like, 5-star, like, difficulty rating. And it's like easy peasy, easy, medium. There's no hard difficulty scenarios on this route. See, look, they're baiting me in again with nonsense. Run a simple passenger service, but keep a lookout for anything unexpected. Like the door will just open on its own again. So I'm not falling for that one. Although, with the word high winds, I bet there's a freaking tree on the line or something. Railway rubbish. The garbage collection service has been running behind lately, so you've been asked to help clearing up some of the stations along your route. Empty the bins at each station. So they're asking me, the train driver, to get out and empty the bins. You can derail the train, but it just ends the game, right? So it just goes, train derailed, and then... So you can see it for like all of 4 seconds, and then nothing really happens after that. Okay, so we can empty some bins. That sounds like trash, literally. That's just going to be a tree. It's very early morning in Dalmeny, and you've been sent to recover a recently repaired train that had broken down the previous night. It started fresh. Something. Lucky for you, you're right, blah, blah, blah. So we can just go around in a big circle. That's 2 hours long. We're not doing that. Welcome to the 5-circle. We provide a specialised tourist service across the Forth Bridge and along the coast of Kirkcaldy, stopping at several scenic destinations around the stunning Firth of Forth for photo shoot opportunities before finally stopping at Kirkcaldy. Well, I mean... I kind of want to see the bridge, right? Let's do that one. Because scenic sounds good. We should do the Halloween again and look around better. There was nothing to say. I can promise you now that was it. If you want to go back and look at these crap decorations again, I'm quite happy to do so at the end, but I can almost guarantee you now, if you're after that £1,000, you're not going to get it. Nothing scary is going to happen or happened. Like, it's not going to be any different the second time you play it. Cool. This is Edinburgh Waverley. I know where I am. Welcome to the Fifey Circle. You'll be operating a tourist service that runs across the Forth Bridge along the west coast of Kirkcaldy. Should read this in a Scottish accent. Something Scottish about Kirkcaldy and looks piano. Gonna make the can play a song on the piano. Beautiful. What's this song again? Did you notice how I played that without pressing a single key? Stew's Brews. Or Stew's Brew. Sandwich. Pixelated sandwich. Just a sandwich. And a chocolate. Hanningtons. What do you sell? Rivet flakes, rivet pops, rivet hoops. Rivet. Oh, the toilet. What is going on in this shop? I'm so confused. Oh, look at this. Micro cow found on Scottish farm. That's cool. That's probably the most exciting thing we'll see in this stream today. That is, I mean, it fits on top of an oil drum, so I would call that a small cow. But, isn't a small cow just a calf? Anyway, we should find our train. Oh, look, this Reed and Son also sells sandwich and chocolate. And orange and lemonade. All the same famous goodies. Out in Scotland there. Okay, this is our units for today. It's a Class 170 ScotRail Turbo Star. I knew those things. Right. I think you can ride the elevators. I'm not sure. Can you ride the elevator? Are there any elevators to ride? Are you just talking about local stuck in glass elevator? I can see James getting stuck in an elevator. In fact, it wouldn't surprise... Does this work? Like, if I stand on it, will it move me? Oh, it does. Okay, fascinating. Working escalators. That's pretty good. Here's an elevator. Does it work? If this works, that's... Call elevator! Oh my god, the freaking elevator works. Why? Why is this necessary? It's even got music. Who thought to themselves, we won't put any jump scares in the fucking Halloween scenario, but we'll make the elevators work? Like, who's assigning dev time here? Like, what is happening? Why is that? Okay, whatever. Right, okay. Let's just go back down the working fucking escalator. That is bizarre. Like, what is the purpose of... That is... What? That was a bored developer just going, I am bored and I'm going to put a working elevator into this game because reasons. Right, cool. Let's pop in the old master key. Let's... we're just going to straight up unlock the doors. Fair enough. Let's get the safeties on. Let's put the reverser into forward because I'm not a monster. The headlight set? No, let's get that today. If you've never been to Edinburgh, and I highly recommend it if you ever do come out to the UK, it's a beautiful place. I mean, look at this place. It's just all old Victorian, yeah, or even older, like Georgian buildings. Like, they call this half the old town, and they call this half the new town. And to be honest, they're equally as old, although the new town has the odd new building in it. But then you've just got all this crazy... I mean, this is obviously just a video game, but... if you've played Forza Horizon 4, then you've seen a pretty accurate recreation of Edinburgh. But yeah, it's quite a place to go. It's very steep though. Shockingly enough, the train driving is, unless you're actually into this kind of thing, probably not the most exciting. Like, I think the elevator is probably the most exciting thing we've seen today. If I'm honest. The safety systems on this train are just screaming at me for no reason. It's never this bright. I mean, that's probably true. I mean, I've been to Edinburgh when it's been sunny. Once. It is cloudy, to be fair, I think. Or hazy, at least, I suppose. You've got Edinburgh Castle up here on the... Is that it on the bridge, or is it up on the left? It's here somewhere. There it is. That's Edinburgh Castle. It's not as steep as San Francisco, I would say, actually. No, San Francisco, though, like some of those hills in San Fran, which were so steep, are just crazy town. But it's getting that way. Like some like if you think about where the castle is from where I am, like there is some elevation there. But yeah, definitely not as steep, generally speaking. This route should be pretty chill. Like like I say, it's just very scenic, right? Because like I say, Edinburgh is just a very scenic place. But then where we're heading to, which is out by the Forth rail bridge. The Forth bridge is like a giant Victorian railway bridge, which is a fascinating structure in and of itself. Because for the Victorians to have built this thing is just wild. It's also like... when you talk about the Victorians and their engineering, right, like they built the Forth rail bridge, what, probably close to, there's probably been as many Halloweens where it snowed as there have been like centuries since that thing was built. It's probably nearly 200 years old at this point, and it's still there, and it's still just as strong as it was the day they built it. The road bridge next door has been rebuilt 3 times in the time that the Forth rail bridge has existed, because they just haven't built bridges that were strong enough. I know talking about bridges is probably not a great thing to be doing right this second, but but yeah, like it's an incredibly strong bridge. But it's cool. I like it. And then I think there's like well, we get to see the river. There's an airport. There's other bits. The Scottish countryside. This speed limit is so slow. Okay, there we go. We can open up the taps now. Get moving a little bit. Just in time to stop again. So I think this is a football stadium on the right. Murrayfield Stadium. Where are we stopping here? Just in the middle of nowhere. Why are we stopping here? To take pictures of the stadium, I guess? 1 minute pause for tourist photo shoot. What? So we just wait for a minute, just because. 1 minute pause for tourist photo shoot. What kind of pictures are you going to get from here? You're going to have all this bollocks in the way. You've got the fucking Eris fence in the way. Wouldn't the sensible thing to do would be to just go on foot and like take a picture from anywhere else than my train, where I am giving all my passengers 60 seconds to take the worst possible photos they can of this Murrayfield Stadium. I think we're 2 for 2 on shit scenarios today, if I'm honest. What did Zach say? I don't see it. There's nobody on this train. The train is empty. Tourist photo shoot. The train is... There's 3 people. 1, 2... None of them are taking pictures. She's on the wrong side of the train. Who's paying for this train? Who paid for this train? Special excursion train for like fucking 7 people. For them to just sit here and not take pictures. What the f... This entire carriage is just empty. You could fit them all in first class comfortably. They've paid for the train, so they could just all treat themselves, but no. What the... Whatever. Why can't I accelerate? Have I huffed something? I've turned the reverser off. Great, let's go. I'm just carting fresh air around. I'm carting around fresh air so that they can take photographs of stuff. Zach is asking on the YouTube live chat if we will be doing no cargo ship simulator for today. Yes, I see. It's funny. Yeah. No cargo ship simulator. Is there a cargo ship simulator? Not that I would play it today, obviously. But anyway, yeah, Jesus. It's incredibly lucky that happened when it happened. I mean, it's not great that obviously people were on the bridge and stuff like that, but that could have been so much worse. Like, that was crazy. But also, the bridge should not collapse when something crashes into it, ideally. Like, that shouldn't be a thing. There should be, like, things buried into the water to, like, stop the boat first and things like that. Like, there should be big concrete islands around and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's what most bridges seem to have. Like, the fact that bridge could just completely collapse by one ship just accidentally hitting it, which is going to happen statistically one day. Like, eventually, a ship is going to hit your bridge. Like, it's just, you've got shit in the water, things are going to hit it. Like, that should not be possible. And it's not like it's not the first time that's happened either. Like, there needs to be some serious investment in infrastructure over there, because that is not the first time a bridge has fallen down because a ship has hit it. Different circumstances and things, but still, like, it shouldn't matter what the circumstances are. Like, if a ship hits your bridge, it should not fall down. Like, that should not happen. But anyway. So yeah, I've been here before in real life, and if I recall correctly, we swing off to the right. There's like an airport around here somewhere, maybe? When I say an airport, I don't mean like a big international airport. I mean like a field with some planes in it. And then we should get to the 4th bridge, I think. But until then, we'll just chill and enjoy the autumn Scottish countryside. Which is mainly just trees at the moment, I grant you, but still. I think this might be the airport. Maybe? Maybe not. There's too many trees around there for an airport. This says go via, so that's okay. I don't have to stop here. We just have to go through it, which is cool. This looks like it's more appropriate for an airport, probably. Maybe? This just looks like fields. That's a car park. I could have swore there was an airport around here somewhere. Maybe it's over there. There's a tower over there. That seems like it might be a thing. I'm sure we'll see it when we see it. Yeah, that's it over there on the left, right? This train is making some odd noises. Is it supposed to go this fast? Max speed 100. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so that's the airport over there, I guess. I'm gonna slow down for this 80 and then this 50. Are we going to stop on the bridge for a photo opportunity on the bridge? That seems likely. This is spookier than the Halloween one. I mean, the sounds are spookier. I'll grant you that. It did sound a bit... my train did sound sort of possessed, didn't it? When it was like... Meh. That Halloween scenario was such a disappointment. It's crazy. Various events. One door opened by itself. That was it. Okay, so we're not stopping here either, so that's fine. We'll just cruise on through. I think this is the 4th bridge. I'm pretty sure. Yes, I recognise that station. Here we are. This is the 4th rail bridge, which we are going to stop on. So that's fun. This is pretty cool. The 4th bridge is, like I say, it's a crazy piece of engineering. Like yeah, it's cool. Well, I'm not sure how good of a picture you're going to be able to take just sat on the bridge. You're not going to get a picture of the bridge. And if you were going to get a picture, you'd want this picture at the front, right? And all the passengers are inside, so they don't... It's weird, but anyway. It's fine. The scenario is basically just a, here's a look at the route. Which is what we wanted to do, so that's fine. What is that? Oh, is it just like a light or something? Okay. 1 minute pause for tourist photo shoot. I'm gonna get out, because why not? That's cool. I think... Unless I'm mistaken, I think that's like a sea life center or something, or is that an island? I'm not sure. That might be an island. I think there's a sea life center around here somewhere. This is the road bridge I was talking about, and then the other road bridge, which has replaced that road bridge and all that crazy stuff. This bridge has just been here forever, like absolutely forever. And it's crazy just how they built this when they built it. Like, let me see if I can get a... Let me look at this thing. It's crazy. I don't know what this place is. This has Alcatraz vibes. It's a... Oh, it looks Catholic. Is it a church? A monastery? How do you even get there? By boat, I suppose. Okay. That's interesting. Does anyone know what this place is? I'm intrigued by it. It seems to have a holy cross on there. Potentially. But yeah, this bridge is just wild. Completely crazy. It's good stuff. Oh, you actually drive over this in real life? That's amazing. I bet, does this ever get bored? This never gets old, right? Surely this is just fun every time you go over it, surely. I obviously haven't driven over this because I'm not a train driver, but I've been over this quite a few times in real life, and I recognized where I was, and it definitely looks accurate. So yeah, it looks, yeah, it's cool. I like it. I'm glad the water is actually looking, because like in older routes, the water in this game has looked a bit ropey, and it might look ropey up close, but like, let's see if I can. Oh, what the hell? I think I've just found the nether realm. No, but the water looks, the water actually looks decent, which helps. Speeding slightly there. It did remind me of Alcatraz slightly, but maybe that's just because I've just come back from Alcatraz. But still, it's definitely not as big as Alcatraz. I was surprised at how quickly we got around Alcatraz. I was expecting there to be more to it, but I guess we did a speed run of Alcatraz, which is fine. The island is a fort from 1515 called Inchgarvey. I'm probably saying that incorrectly, but that's cool. Oh, went a bit too fast. There's a wonderful multi-story car park there, which looks fabulous. Oh, I've gone too far. I've kind of... Uh-oh. I've screwed up. Stop the train, stop the train. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't expecting two sightseeing spots that close together. Is it gonna... I'm guess... I can't... So. Okay. As I'm sure Inkson will tell you, if I wanted to reverse this train, there would be a big kerfuffle, and there were a lot of signalling people would be called, and all kinds of paperwork would have to be filled out. However, because it's a video game, I'm going to go backwards. I apologize. And I'm sure it'll be fine. But do not do this in real life. Thank you, good night. Did I pass any signal? Because I'm pretty sure if I pass a signal, it won't let me pass it twice. If I didn't pass a signal, I'm fine because it doesn't really matter. But yeah. Yeah, no, I know I know it's a big faux pas. Reversing is not the done thing. And even if I was doing this, I really shouldn't just reverse it. I should have either changed ends or I should have a shunter. But it's a video game, and I missed the objective. I'm sorry. But yeah. Oh no, I did pass it. Oh, but it's still green. Magic. That's definitely how that works. Okay, cool. I've broken the game. Yeah, no, this wouldn't. I would be. What's the term? I'd be having a meeting without tea and biscuits for this, because this is definitely not how this should work. But it's fine. Yeah, it kind of. I guess it just emulates track circuits, and it just kind of dropped back from red to. But it shouldn't do that. That's not how that should work. I mean, I shouldn't be going backwards. I don't know if it does, but maybe it does work like that. I mean, that shouldn't happen. I don't know. It's very odd. I guess maybe it might. Anyway, the point is, don't try it to find out. There are certain mysteries that should remain unanswered. Right, 1 minute for photo shoots. Look at this beautiful road network. They're definitely paying good money to keep the roads here in good condition. Look at that. Could possibly go wrong. Got some buses there. Got the multi-story car park. I'm sure that's a famous tourist spot. I'm guessing what we were supposed to be looking at is this lake. Ah, look at that. That's good. What could possibly go wrong there? Okay, I must admit there's a slight lack of attention to detail in the scenery there, which is a bit disappointing. Especially if you're going to make me stop and look at the scenery, then finish the scenery off. Like, don't make me stop and look at the scenery and then just have roads that look like this. Like, that's just... You know I don't like the term lazy devs since I work in the industry, but it's not... Anyway. That's fine. It doesn't really matter if you're not supposed to ever stop there and look, because driving along at 50 miles an hour in the cab of my train, I'm not going to notice stuff like that. Oh, I'm still going backwards. Whoops. But if you're going to actually make me stop here and take a look around, then you need to do a better job of the scenery. Because that was a bit rough in places, I'm afraid to say. Especially after the fourth bridge looked so great. Hey-ho. Right, onwards. Silver Sands Bay. 6 miles. Okay, cool. So we can chill for a bit. All good? But yeah, that signal really shouldn't have turned green. But hey-ho. It saved my bacon, the fact that it did, so that's fine. I think in the old... I don't know if it happened in Train Sim World, but in the old game, if you passed the signal and it was red, and you then went backwards through it, like, it would just stay red. So you could never get past it again, because obviously it would just end the game, because it'd be like, oh, you passed the red signal. What's an actuator? Am I being crazy? Oh, going a bit fast there. I should be paying attention to the speed limit, really. What was that advert? Want to seal the deal for your business? Then you need a good ad. I like that ad. It's got a seal on it, and I like seals. It reminds me of my Tronky seal. I guess that's the great thing about Scotland as well, right? Like, it's just lots of open country. So if you want, like, places to go hiking or walking or that, you know, it's good for that. It's just lots of stunning scenery. With the occasional settlement thrown in here and there. I think this is good. I think we just chill. Silver Sands Bay sounds like it's... I've never actually been this far down this line before, so I knew where I was up until the 4th bridge. And then... yeah. So this is all kind of new to me, but... Silver Sands Bay sounds like a wonderful place. Silver Sands sounds idyllic. Bay sounds idyllic. I have high expectations for Silver Sands Bay. I'm guessing it's like seaside resorty, maybe? Oh, slow down a little bit. There's a 50 coming up, so... and I'm on quite a gradient, I think. Oh no, I'm on flat ground, apparently. Why does it look like I'm going downhill? Now I'm going very downhill. Okay, cool. We're just a mile away, but I feel like we're very high up in the hill, in like hills, like in the altitude. I don't know. I don't feel like we're near sea level, so. Oh, no, I can see the sea down there. I think. Yeah, okay. I guess this is Silver Sands Bay. Would be my educated guess. I guess we're just stopping here in this clearing, or at least I'm going to try to. Better put the anchors on. I'm going far too fast. Oh no, not again. I was expecting a station and there's no station. Are you going to give me this one? Give me this one, please, game. I'm not that far off. Please. Oh. Fine. I guess we're going backwards again. How far backwards do I have to go for you to be generous enough to just give me the win on this? Like, how long is my train that I can hit that marker? Surely my train is longer than 70 yards. There we go. Nice. 1 minute pause for photo shoot. With my train full of empty passengers. So we're just carting fresh air around, just taking pictures of the bay. I mean, the train model itself looks really nice. I like the way the light is shining in, and it's very cool. The bay itself looks stunning. I would also say probably not easy to visit. Like, how would you ever get here? Except for by train, I guess. So this makes sense. Like, you would have to come here by train because that's the only way you're ever going to get this picture, really. Which I must admit, as pictures go... Oh, I don't know what I've done there. Push buttons. I think I've broken the game. Think it's okay. No, I need to fix that. I've screwed up there. I was trying to hide the hood and I just somehow huffed the picture settings. 640 by 480. Okay, we're back in business. But yeah, like that's a pretty good picture. The water looks decent in this route. Like there's been some previous routes where the water has been really bad, but that actually looks really good. Like better than it has any right to. Like, yeah, I like that. Our next stop is Burnt Island Harbour. Burt. Get your reverser right, Rob. There's a bag of chips in it for you. Here we go. Right, here we go. Sweet. Burnt Island Harbour sounds like it's going to have boats. And I like boats. Boats are cool. So let's go and check that out, I guess. And stop for a 1-minute photo shoot. What does this thing do? Is it like a TV screen? Are those HDMIs? Like, what is this? Why would that be a thing? It looks like a Pip-Boy from Fallout. Like, I don't understand what that's for. Oh, hello. Yeah. Forgot to turn my GSMR on. That's two faux pas in one day. Not that it really does a lot in this game, but anyway. Oh. It's coming up fast. I better start braking. Don't want to miss it again. Burnt notes. Boats. Burnt boats? Yeah, why did they call it Burnt Island? Is it volcanic? It can't be volcanic, can it? That's silly. I don't know. I guess we're about to find out, Noodle. It looks industrial, so there's that. I was expecting like a quaint little harbour with some sailboats and things like that, but this looks like it's a full-on... This looks like it's a full-on freight ship. Oh, I guess it's like ship, because shipbuilding is quite popular in this part of the world, right? Is it like a shipbuilder's yard? I mean, this looks like a dry dock, right? Or it was. We've got cranes, we've got stuff. Distinct lack of boats, however, I must admit. Which is the one thing I kind of want from a harbour, really. I want to see ships. But that's okay. We've got this. This technically counts as a boat, right? This little barge. Wait for the tourists to take pictures. This is the picture they're going to be seeing. King Alexander III Monument. Okay, that sounds interesting. There's a lot to see on this line, eh? How many other stops have we got? 2. Okay, we're nearly there, folks. Which is probably good, because I need to head to bed soon. So there is an actual railway station here, which makes sense, because I guess people need to come here for work and things. So that's cool. There's people parked in a field because reasons. So I wonder what the King Alexander III monument is. I don't actually know of this. There's a lot of people having scaffolding worked on around here. I guess living near the coast, you're subject to that kind of thing, maybe. Is that a yellow signal? Okay. That's fine, because we're going to stop and look at the monument anyway. Where is this monument? I'm curious. Is that it? No, that's just a cabinet full of stuff. Is it just going to be over this hill or around this bend? Like, okay, it's here apparently. Oh, it's near here apparently. Hot sauce on hummus, what do we think? I mean, sure, you can put hot sauce on pretty much most things. If you really want to. Like, even spicy chocolate works. Like those Mexican cookies that Morgan sent me. Spicy chocolate cookies, who knew? But yes, it works. It's fantastic. So yeah, why not put hot sauce on hummus if you really want. What is this? Where is this monument? Is it? Oh, is it? No, those look like caravan chalets. That's not a monument. Okay. Where is the... That's not the monument. That's just another cabinet. It's here somewhere, apparently. Am I going nuts? Where is it? No, like, seriously, where's this monument? We're not leaving until we find it. Where is it? I guess it's not these cars clipping into each other, is it? That would be daft. What the... Am I missing something super obvious here? Yeah, I was expecting some sort of tall phallic object as well, but I'm not seeing any objects tall nor phallic. Don't know why the AWS started going off for no reason there. That didn't make a ton of sense. What was it called again? Oh, now I have managed to hide the hood, even though I didn't want to. So that's good news, isn't it? Okay, how do I guess it's one of the F1. Nice. King Alexander III Monument. I'm going to Google this because I genuinely want to know. I thought it would be at the top of the hill, but the only thing on the top of the hill are caravans. Unless the monument is like, maybe he was like the patron saint of caravans. I genuinely don't know. Okay, I'm looking at pictures of it, and it looks like it's nowhere near a railway line. It looks like it's... Oh, no, it is next to a rail. It is next to the rail. It's between the railway and the road. So it's like on the road where the railway is. Okay, let me get this picture. Now, I must be losing the plot, right? Let me try and show you guys what we're looking for here. Apparently it looks like this. That's what we're looking for, right? I'm going to keep it in the corner so we can see if we can spot that anywhere. And I guess, from what I can tell, it's supposed to be like... I'm even going to get out of the cab. I'm going to do this on foot. I mean, one, the fence is completely wrong. Like, this should be like a brick wall, looking at the picture. And it's not. It's just a fence. But I do not see that monument anywhere. So unless we stop there, even though it's like miles away, like it must be along here somewhere. It's got to be along here somewhere, right? Because they wouldn't make you stop to look at the monument that they didn't bother to put into the game, surely? Like, it's definitely not down there because you can see the sea off in the distance, right? So it's got to be along here somewhere. So it must be further along. It is a relative... I knew it would be a tall phallic object. You were on the money there, Pill. Most of these monuments are indeed tall and phallic. It's just not present, which is problematic. Like, it told me to stop the train here. So it must be here somewhere. Like, how any of these people are ever going to get a picture of it is, you know, beyond me. It's just not there, is it? It's just... They just didn't put it in the game. Absolutely wild. Yeah, it's just not in the game, is it? It just doesn't exist. Because so great, cool. So, an objective. So again, if you're going to put an objective into a game, for you to stop and look at something, it needs to be in the game. Like, it's fine, you know, it's one thing to, like, have us stop and have, like, all the terrain be all janky and weird. But to just completely miss the object that is the entire purpose of the objective just seems absolutely crackers. I think I want to go back to the Halloween scenario. Why? What is the purpose of this? I'm like, oh look, yeah, King James III, Alexander, what? No, King Alexander. Sounds like fun, and nope, it's just not there. Just to be double sure. Yep, it's just straight up not here. Is that it? Oh, that's a tree. It's just not there. It just doesn't... Unless it's over here, this side of the road. But it's not on that side of the road in the picture. The road is on the left. But I don't know which direction. And I'm guessing the picture was taken in this direction, right? That stone wall looks like this stone wall. But the railway line is on the right of the wall. But the road is there. So the wall... So this fence should be that wall. Or there should be this wall on both sides. And... based on the position of the... Because the hill is there. This looks like the hill. Because it's like a square looking hill. So it should be like here. And it's just straight up missing. It's just not there. Okay, fabulous. Good job, devs. Top work. Top marks. 10 out of 10. It's probably been DM'd. Yeah, probably the spectral ghost came back in the Halloween scenario of King Alexander and DMCA'd the devs to take it back out. Sounds like the most plausible explanation. Let's get out of it. That's actually kind of annoying. That is so dumb. Like, properly, like, 10 out of 10 dumb. Like, absolutely nonsensical. Like, why would you... Get rid of that. Like, why? Yeah, what's this? You knew it was there because you've made a scenario for it. So why would you miss it out of the game? That's just that's just either rushing or just... I don't know how you even excuse that. Like, there are certain things I can let slide, but that's just kind of silly. Great news. Just one more stop to make. The 5th coastal path. Do you think they'll have bothered to model the path in, or is it just going to be nothing there? It sounds like a bit of a drab ending to what has been a rather lackluster site. I mean, we peaked at the 4th bridge, and it's just been a steady downhill since there. I mean, I'm sure in real life it's a fabulous train journey to make, to do the whole line, but... this scenario has been, shall we say, lackluster. Apart from, like I say, apart from the 4th bridge. They did a good job on the 4th bridge. They just completely forgot to do... They completely forgot to model the roads correctly. They completely forgot to, like, correctly... I forget, like, they missed out any ships in the harbour. They've completely missed out King Alexander's monument. Like, it's just been problematic. Sup, Kamikaze Ice? How are you doing? I'm glad everyone's turned up today for my crappy train simulator stream. Like, nobody turned up for Cyberpunk yesterday. How are we feeling about Cyberpunk? Do we want to go back to it tomorrow, or should we start something new? Since everyone's in the house, so it seems. Are we over Cyberpunk? We finished Remnant 2. We actually did do it. There should be a VOD out there somewhere. We actually beat the final boss of Remnant 2 like 6 months after we stopped trying. But yeah, me and Zach got it done in the end. I could go back to Black Flag. I'm banned from Cyberpunk until I find the nipple slider. Yeah, that's probably fair. Yeah, maybe Black Flag. I don't know, I wasn't it's just going to be such a long game, you know? Black Flag, it's just going to take forever. But I guess that's chipping away at it is probably not a terrible thing. I might go back to Black Flag then. I don't know. But does anyone have any specific thoughts on Cyberpunk? Are we just... I'm just trying to figure out why nobody turned up yesterday. I just wonder if it was Twitch just because I've been away for a week. Is it just because of Cyberpunk? Is it... Yeah, we need to get some kind of fan mail back up and running, really. I'll regroup on that later. I'm just so tired and there's just so much going on right now. This week's going to be crazy. Thankfully, this Friday and Monday are a bank holiday in the UK, so I've got Easter weekend to try and like... Oh, that's coming up fast. Full breaks! Play some classics. Bubble Bobble and Jow... Has Morgan been playing on his Neo Geo that I gave him? Where's all this Neo Geo stuff come from? Well, that kind of era. Given I broke, or I applied the brakes super late there, that's not a terrible stop. I mean, I shouldn't be in step 3 because that is uncomfortable for Passage. But, I'll have that. So here we are at Kirkcaldy, or Kirkcaldy, and apparently I'm promised some kind of coastal path. Well, I can't go down the accessibility ramp, so that's good. Can I... do the elevators work here? Oh, look at that. We've got a working elevator. We couldn't be bothered to put the King Alexander Monument in, but somebody made the elevators work. Let's just make note of that. Somebody put in working elevators, but completely missed a monument. That was an entire objective of a scenario. Like, just absolutely... what is this elevator? Right? Like, I need to come into the station. So I guess I come in here and round here, and then I get in this elevator over here. To then cross under. Okay, that makes sense. I've never played NES Pictionary. What happens if I make the elevator move while I'm stood on the door? I'm going to try and abuse this. Look here. Can we clip out of bounds? Oh, come on. There must be some sort of exploitation to be had here. I'm in the doors. This is fabulous. Look at this. Okay, you've kind of... That's fine. Yeah, in the UK, we put invisible... I can't move, unfortunately. I was hoping I might be able to bust out of the grounds there, but never mind. Wait, so this elevator brings you down here. Oh, there's another elevator here? Okay, cool. This is the problem with accessibility stuff. Like, they put all the elevators, like, super out of the way. Like, if you're a wheelchair user or just like me and you needed to use a lift, and I do find this happens a lot in real life, like, they hide the elevators on these train stations. It's crazy. It's super dumb. Like, we can't go in there. So don't forget to recycle. Okay, can we walk down this accessibility ramp? We can. Lovely. Where is this nature trail that I've been promised? Also, I'm walking on concrete, so why does it sound like I'm walking on grass? Like... Unreal Engine has solutions for this, folks. Like you can fix that. Is it started to snow? Oh my god, it's snowing again. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, like, whoever made the elevators work but didn't bother to put the monument in. I'm kind of nonplussed about that situation, if I'm honest. I mean, it's cool that the elevators work and all, but you really should have put in, like, basic scenery that should have been there. Well, what did we get for this? Silver medal again. Terrible performance. Terrible performance. Microsoft Flight Simulator does that. So if you play Microsoft Flight Simulator, you can play in real-world weather conditions. So yeah, you can genuinely, like, if it's a storm, it's a storm. If it's rain, it's rain. Like you can do it. Yeah, Flight Simulator does that. It does real-time traffic as well. So like if you play Microsoft Flight Simulator, like AI planes will be real planes that are more or less where they are in real life, because they have all that data, because it's all open available, right? Like you can see exactly where any plane is in the world at any time. You can see what altitude it's at and everything. So you, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, you can just sit there and plane spot and just look at real planes landing and taking off, and it's crazy how that game works. I don't know if it has historical data. You can set the weather, so like if you want it to be rainy, you can just make it rainy. But if you just set it to live data and live traffic, it'll just be exactly that, right? I feel like playing Flight Simulator again now that I've been on a plane recently. So maybe I'll get that up to date. That sounds like a fun thing to do. Cool. Well, that was some horrifically disappointing scenarios in not Microsoft, Train Sim World 4. I don't think I will ever forgive them for the disappointment that was that Halloween scenario, and I will certainly never forgive them for missing King Alexander's monument. A true travesty to the Scottish people there. Just absolutely unforgivable. Just as a refresher, let's just have a quick look at this these Halloween decorations again, just in case we missed anything. Yeah, it's cool, Kamikaze Ice. Yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator is a nice piece of work. It's really good. I should play it again, really. Look at that. It's a ghost. Woo! Is Steve the Ghost? Where's Steve the Ghost when you need him? Who is sitting outside on a laptop at what time of day is this? 7 o'clock at night in October when it's freezing fucking cold. With just sitting there with a laptop and a cup of coffee, typing away like this madman. Like, who are these people who are acting like it's 20 degrees in the shade? Like, what is going on here? Yeah, excuse you. Absolutely wild. In mid-October, especially with an inexplicable snowstorm coming in, you absolutely should not be... this is a very James thing to do. Just sat on his laptop playing Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin in mid-October when a snowstorm is coming in. Right, well, let's just double check we did. So we've got this pumpkin, we've got that Halloween candy, we've got this ghost that's been put up there. There's a pumpkin there, and then there's that dude there, and then there is... I think that's pretty much it. That's the level of effort they've gone to decorate the platform. In fact, one might say they've only bothered to decorate around the area where I spawn in. Because it's almost as if they didn't expect me to go any further than that. So yeah, there's absolutely zippity-doo going on down here. And there's nothing going on here, and yeah, complete waste of time, to be honest. Great. What a wonderful scenario there. Ugh. I'm going to try one more thing that I wanted to do on my last Halloween, on my last Train Sim live stream and didn't work, and I'm going to try it again because I feel like after all of this grim disappointment, you deserve at least one funny, fizz glitchy, silly situation. So I'm going to do my level best to make that work. I think this will work. Last time I tried it, like it wouldn't let me do it because I think it was just getting unhappy. I think it knew what I was trying to do, but I was also kind of being impatient and trying to do it from like the wrong spot, if you like. So I'm going to try and do it from here because what you can do in free roam is you can spawn stuff, right? So I'm going to spawn in a train. And I think it's going to work this time because the engine's on, so that's a good start. And what I should be able to do is set the route of my train off the end of the map, because why not? And then we're going to see what happens, I guess. I wouldn't get massively excited about this, but I mean, it's certainly going to be more fun than anything we've done so far. So, it's got that going for it. I mean, the train is moving. It seems to be working this time. I think I just must have done something wrong last time I attempted this. It's completely silly that the game allows you to do this as well, to be honest. They may have patched it. It may, like, throw me out of the game. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Fun fact, though, this is Manchester Piccadilly that we're coming up to, and these are the trains that I grew up riding on as a child. And these trains are what can only be described as buses that have been attached to high-speed freight wagons, which sounds like great in concept when you realise that the wheels, like, are not on articulated bogies. They're just bolted to the frame. Like, Boadicea had wheels like this on a chariot, right? Like, that is how old this technology is. So these trains, like, if you look at them, they just bounce around. They're so uncomfortable, it's crazy. We're going too fast as well, but that's by the by. But yeah, these trains are super fun, but only because they're just wildly broken. Also, I think that's a red signal. I think I've huffed this. Yeah, this is over. It was over before it even begun. Should we try that again, but this time not go through the signal when it's red? Yeah, that's why it kind of shakes and bounces around. It's literally just on leaf springs or whatever. It's just fixed wheels, so they don't rotate independently of the train. Is the best way to describe it. You just scrape your way around the corners. It's such a dumb design. I love it. They're fantastic. Let's pick something a bit more exciting. Let's just pick something wildly inappropriate for the area, like a German train or an American train. Actually, maybe not, because I won't be able to get them to move. What is a class 484? Huh. Completely inappropriate, but fine, that's whatever. Is this thing even going to move? Don't think this thing is even going to get power. Like, I don't know why I've picked this train. Oh, no, it's moving, so that's fun. This is not a valid location. I'll give you valid location. Have they managed to patch it real time while I'm playing the game? Or is it just that particular train that I happen to mess around with that allows me to do this exploit? I'm so confused. I'm going to delete that train as if by magic. Is it just the train that I like to do this with that allows you to do that? Oh, there's such a build-up for what is going to be a massively disappointing ending, but I'm determined to make this work this time. It's like a game of 4D chess trying to get into this train. You've got to unlock that, lock that, then you've got to unlock this. You've got to close this, then you've got to close that, and then you've got to lock that. Then you've got to undo it again because it didn't work. Oh no, I've got to turn this on to then do this. So then I can close this, and then I can lock this. If there was a fire, like, people are going to die, right? Like, it's just stupidly done. You're going to let me do my little glitch now, please? Okay, great. I must have to do it with this train. This train breaks the game, is what I've learned today. Would an American trolley work on European tracks? Isn't the track separation different? It would and it wouldn't, right? Like, in theory, if you took anything that was standard gauge, so if the rails are 4 foot 8.5 inches wide, which most of the world is, right? So like when I went to San Francisco and the trolley cars that were rolling down there, 4 foot 8.5 inches wide, right? Which is why they have a couple of Blackpool trams in San Francisco, which are the trams from one town over from me, right? Like they have that. It would just work. However, there are some things that might not work. So like, for example, the power might be different. They might be built to what's called a different loading gauge. So even though they'll fit on the track and they'll run on the track, the objects around it, like the stanchions and the signals and the trees and all that stuff, might be too close for that particular. Like in America, the trains are bigger, right? So they'll probably crash into things like the gantries or whatever. And then the other problem that can happen is like some countries will design their trains so they can go around tighter curves, and some countries don't. So you might derail because we actually did the reverse thing and we took a tram from San Francisco and we put it on in Manchester. That did happen, but it just kept derailing all the time because the curves were too tight. So yes, it works, but it also might not. So it really does depend. To answer your question in a long and short way. But it has happened. Like there are British trains now working in Mexico, for example, that have recently just been shipped there. So that can happen. Okay, we've got greens now, so I'm going to keep rolling on. Input the Konami code and yell Candyman 3 times before starting the train. That might yield better results than that Halloween scenario did, frankly. I do have to wonder whether the Konami code does anything in this game. I'm going to guess not. What's the Konami code again? Up, down, down, left, right, A, B, start together or something like that? Sonic's level select code was up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, C, and start together, I think. If I recall. Well, I think it was just up, down, left, right, but in time to the ring sounds, because, you know, like at the start, it like goes dilling, dilling, dilling. I think you just do up, or is it with the beat of the music, like dun, 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 dun. If you do up, down, left, right, and then you do A, B, C, and start together, I'm pretty sure that's the level select on Sonic 1, if I remember correctly. We've finally made it into Manchester Piccadilly, so we're making progress. And this is a tight curve. Come on, look at that. We're actually leaning over at 20 miles an hour. So in theory, this is where the end of the level should be, right? We shouldn't really be able to go past this point. I think for Sonic 2 it was in time with the rings, and it was a different code combination. So I'm probably mixing Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 together. Sonic 3's cheats were crazy. You had to like go to Mushroom Hill Zone, and then you had to like hang off a specific one of those pulling up lever things, and then you had to press a certain combination of keys there or something like that. I can't quite remember. Right, here we go. Are we ready for some fun, boys and girls, before we end the stream? Hope you've been patiently waiting 20 minutes for this. Just cruising through downtown Manchester, not a care in the world. You know? Just minding my own business. What a wonderful day it is in central Manchester. We're going down something called Deansgate, I think. Or Oxford Road. But oh no! All the buildings and roads have disappeared. What's happened? Has the nuclear apocalypse happened? Oh no! I'm going to derail the train because I'm going too fast. Please don't derail. Thank God for that. Oh no! Manchester Oxford Road's missing. Oh no! The track is levitating. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Let's try and get ahead of the train here. Now, as a local to Manchester, and having lived here for many years, I can tell you that Manchester is more densely populated than this. There should be at least one building in this general area. Now, you can kind of see where this is going, right? I told you this would be immensely disappointing, but here it is anyway. I hope you enjoy. Oh, I've not got my headlights on. Safety first. Okay, bye-bye! That was it. The game will just immediately end whenever you derail, so unfortunately it's just like, yeah. But what is fun, and apparently still a thing, is you'll have noticed that when the model flew off the tracks that the shadow was attached to the train. Rather than rendering a shadow for the train, they just baked the shadow in as part of the model. Why not? It's a cheap way to make shadows. So, yeah, the connection between the carriages do stretch in a weird way as well. Yeah, it's definitely not supposed to happen. But yeah, unfortunately, when you derail, it just immediately ends the game. So we couldn't really observe it. Maybe you could clip it so we can watch it again. Maybe even in slow motion. Cool. Well, that is enough nonsense from me for one day. I will be back tomorrow. Either with, I don't know, I don't think I got a clear answer on Cyberpunk, but I feel like people are not vibing with it. So I may go back to Assassin's Creed Black Flag, or I may start something new. But that's tomorrow's problem, frankly. And if I do want to finish Cyberpunk, but I might just finish it for myself, maybe. I don't know. Let me know in Discord what you think if you have opinions on this, because I'm going to end the stream. But yes, we'll be back tomorrow with something. Who knows? It's a surprise. Right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.